All right, I think we're good, guys. Happy to see you back. It has definitely been a rough ride of a day today. I spent most of my day actually in the options markets, not really looking too much at crypto. But I went back there, like, a few minutes after Jerome Powell was speaking, because I had it on one of my other monitors here. And yeah, Jerome Powell managed to just knock down everything today. Not just the crypto market, but the stock market as well here. And it definitely was a pain to watch here. Going back at the 15-minute chart for Bitcoin, you will see how at just one point, everything is actually looking very well. We're looking like we want to break out above the 20-day moving average and the 50-day moving average all at once. And then Jerome Powell talks, and, he really much just annoys the entire market here. And then we just came down in a little bit of a frenzy, if you will. Go right over here to Finviz. Look at that. Started up high, started up high, started up high. After that, the market just kept on going down. So we had a massive swing in the market today. It was actually pretty interesting to watch. Tesla was fine, Target was fine, or no, sorry, not Target. AT&T was fine, but a lot of other stuff was just obliterated here. So definitely an interesting time here. Now, guys, before we get started here, looking at the monthly chart, we are still fine as far as the 20-month moving average is concerned. We're still holding it. We have another 8 days and 21 hours until this this monthly candle kind of closes on us. So far, we're still holding strong. So far, we are still holding strong here, okay? So that's a pretty good thing right now. Maybe if we were to make another larger move for next month, maybe it won't actually happen until May, just because of how we've just been spending all of our energy for the most part. It feels like just trying to stay above this 20-month moving average here to stop a crash like this, or to stop that happening right here over the last few years, okay? On the weekly chart, excuse me, we tried to get back above that 20-week moving average, guys, today. Again, Jerome Powell, he really screwed us over on that one. We had an opportunity, and then we just got hit hard. Shorts took advantage of that, and they started shorting heavily as well, and that's why you saw the price kind of drop down so much. If we're looking at the daily chart here, guys, we're still in this kind of a precarious spot as far as Bitcoin's been concerned. I used some of the drops for today as a few opportunities to buy in a few different coins here, like low market cap coins. Not a lot. I mean, I spent like maybe $1,200-$1,300 today on adding to some crypto positions, with the anticipation that even if we do crash over like the next few days and we do make another leg down here, I'm still going to be fine holding this over, because I'm thinking more long term with these type of swing plays. And one of my thoughts was like, you know what? We've had a rough time here. We've managed to hold, except for that one breakdown. I want to remind you of the breakdown here. But if by some chance, if there is a way that we do have a reversal here, I will be glad to. Glad I bought some right here just in case we do take off in the future. So not really, I haven't made any larger positions as of yet. A lot of just smaller swing trades with a couple of medium positions in there that I have ready to like drop down percentage wise in case we do actually have a crash today. So today is going to be fun. Today is going to be fun. Overall, we all know Bitcoin's been kind of choppy and boring for the most part, besides some major moves across some of these moving averages here. You know, today we might finally have something a little bit more exciting besides the kind of crazy swing that we saw yesterday. I think we're going to take another opportunity to either break out above the 20 and the 50, leaving Bitcoin for maybe a 5-6% day. Or on the other hand here, we may end up be breaking back down here to the levels of about 37,000 and a half, which would be actually, what would that be actually if we fell down below that level? Yeah, about a 7% loss for Bitcoin here. So I'm thinking we're due for something big to happen. If you want the boring scenario, maybe we just kind of hold here for just a little bit longer and we just kind of curl back up. Maybe we just spend today trying as hard as we can to stay. But I do want to remind you guys, like I said a few minutes ago, we did unfortunately break down. We did break down here a while ago, and it does affect the future price action of the currency or stocks, whatever you guys are trading, when we do have a confirmed breakdown where we did close down below that specific trend line. But again, we've been down here a few times before, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've been down here a lot, 12. However, more recently we finally did close below that trend line, and that's something to be concerned about. But I use these last few opportunities as buying opportunities just for some longer term plays here. And then if we do take another leg down, I'll start buying more and so forth. But I'm starting to get ready for slow buy-ins here, if you guys get what I'm saying. A lot of times we like to buy on the breakouts of like an Ichimoku cloud, like we did back over here. Or if we're breaking out above the moving averages and we have a golden cross and we're saying, okay, here's the buy, so let's go, go, go. We don't have any of those signals right now. I'm more buying in anticipation, like, back over here. I was okay buying over here, 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 here. I was just buying and buying and buying with larger positions on the dips. But for the most part, I was just accumulating some coins here. I'm starting to accumulate coins right now, and I think at this moment in time, I'm really looking at anything really above the 50-day moving average, somewhere around that under 42,000. I'm okay with buying more Bitcoin, more Ethereum, more Doge Elon, more Dogecoin, more Matic, all these altcoins that we always talk about, more Ethereum. I'm okay with buying them at this moment in time. Not a lot, but just enough to kind of, start building up the portfolio again, just in case we were to use this as a support level, or even if we do fall back down, I'm okay having some losses for a while because eventually I'm sure we're going to come back up to these levels, right? And then kind of similar to what I did back over here, I actually only started making some good money off of Bitcoin throughout all this choppiness, like right here, only for it to get back down to losing money again. And then, of course, it ripped. I'm starting that process of buying right now. I think we're probably around here where we might have another dip coming, but or maybe a dip like this coming. But I'm starting to buy back in hesitantly and cautiously, and mostly just swing trading here. But I am starting to add up more for potential swings into the future. Not like 1 week, 2 week swings like we normally play here. Monthly swings where we're holding for a few months here to see what happens. Especially since we're kind of on that verge of that 20-month moving average, we're only going to test it for so long before we either bounce or crash down below it. Now, I'm anticipating a crash, you guys know that, but just in case we manage to bounce here, just because there's not many places people can actually put their money right now, just because the whole market's kind of screwed over, you'll see me starting to buy some more of these. And yeah, that's about it as far as update of what's been going on here. If you guys want the real technical stuff, we held support. Fibonacci levels are all kind of around here, and we're just trying to hold that now. We're doing an okay job of it at the moment here. So, yeah, there we go. All right. Back over here, though. Bitcoin is still bearish, but we are hoping for whales, though. That really is the key, guys. Um, I keep on saying Bitcoin's bearish, right? I'm not going to say it for too much longer because I think you guys get my thought process of why I believe Bitcoin is bearish here. But like I said before, whales have the power to kind of boost us up and kind of give the screw you face to the technicals here. That's really what I'm hoping will happen here. Just because if you think about where the market's going, guys, the stock market right now, we've had a nice little kind of bear market rally, if you will, but I still think we have some more room to come down. And I think what you've been seeing in some of the earnings reports, not all of them, some of the earnings reports, is people are switching up their buying habits because of all this inflation, and some industries are getting hit hard, like a Netflix, right? But you're also seeing some industries actually get some money pouring back into them, such as the travel industry. Like United Airlines had a good pop today. I expect Delta to have a good pop. All those airline companies are going to have good pops, and I'm hoping over the next few months here, or even weeks, as we get the earnings reports for the cruise lines, I'm hoping they start to see that, hey, we're going to have some more stronger growth. We're going to have more money flowing in here and stuff like that. Maybe even looking at some Expedia calls in the future whenever they have earnings, if they haven't had earnings already. So I'm optimistic about certain sectors, but for the most part, the stock market needs to come back down more. I think everything over there is too high, if you ask me, but it could keep on going. There's a lot of crazy money in the market. And then on top of that, oil's kind of leveling off here. So the market may even get a boost next month if we take a drop. Until then, if inflation isn't as bad, or maybe we even have the inflation kind of ticks down just a little bit now that the war in Ukraine's been raging for about a month now, something like that. So nothing really has changed as far as I know about the war. Except for they kind of moved from the northern battlefront, or whatever you want to call it, battlefields to the eastern battlefields. We'll see if that actually has any consequences down the road here. But for the most part, guys, I'm using this as an opportunity to buy up some more Bitcoin right now. We're going to see if we can hold. We're just going steady Eddie, guys. There's not much going on here at the moment. But I'm taking this opportunity to spend on smaller quantities of Bitcoin here. All right. And hey, Bideford, hey, thanks everybody for liking the stream and commenting down below. I really do appreciate it. And what's it here? Can't wait for the flash sale. I'm hoping, you guys know I'm bearish. I do want to have cheaper prices to buy crypto. I really, really do. And that's one of the reasons that I am kind of giddy about a potential crash here. If we do crash down below this 20-month moving average here over this month or next month, it could happen either one. And then on top of that, we have the death cross here with the weekly moving averages. Now, that's kind of more historical data, right? And not as much as technicals as far as like Fibonacci levels and stuff like that. But even if we are looking at the Fibonacci's and stuff like that, we're about to have a death cross here on the daily chart that's going to bring us back down anyway. So we might have a little bit of a drop. So, I'm cautiously optimistic I'll be able to buy some crypto and you guys will be able to buy some crypto at cheaper prices here. Just be careful with any positions you guys have right now. I don't want you guys to, do some type of panic selling or something like that. Stick to whatever plan you guys got right now. I still have positions that I've been buying over the past few weeks. Some are down, some are up. I haven't sold them. The only position I really sold out of completely was Doge Elon, and that's specifically because it popped up like a lot, and I was like, I'm gonna be a fool to not sell it. And I know it came down yesterday. I believe it did. Is this right here, Elon USTD? Yeah. And you saw, yeah, so I sold it right up here and it came crashing back down and now it's kind of found support. I did buy some more yesterday for this one. I'm fine with it. If you go over here actually and you go to the fib retracement right there, see if I can pull this up right here. Then you do one right here, which I was looking at as well. Kind of a shorter term one. There you go. I kind of bought within this little area right here just to see if I could get some cheaper coins, and I did. So I'm gonna start loading up more on this over time. But just in case this does come back down even more over the next few days here, I'm holding back some gunpowder, so to speak, in case so I can buy a lot more coins in case this one does crash. Because if Doge Elon breaks down below this red trend line right here, it's gonna be coming back down like a what do you want to say this like another 40% from what it is now. So. It'll be very interesting to watch all of that play out. But okay, right there. On the other hand here, guys, Jerome Powell, he didn't really say anything so out of the ordinary, but he kept on saying the same stuff he's been saying for a while. And in particular, he's going to be raising interest rates, and I guess he's kind of more firm on the 50 basis points 50 basis points rates. That's good for inflation, not as good for the market. It seems like the market, even though the market should have this priced in, it seems like it was still kind of giddy. And I think part of that, to be honest, as far as why the market was down a little bit today was I think some of the algorithms kind of saw this coming. And then they kind of sold off here, and that kind of led to a little bit less of human interaction in the market, but more computers taking over. Computers have had has caused us to have some really bad days in the past, and I think that's what just happened today. In fact, Jerome Powell, though, I wish he would just shut up until he makes his announcement, and then we'll just kind of hear his announcement, hear his thought process, and that'll be it. I don't like Jerome Powell when he starts talking and talking and talking. I don't know, like a prolonged studio, if you will. I want him to just be quiet because we were looking pretty good today, guys. Pretty darn good. The market even opened up pretty high. Once Jerome Powell started talking, things just went south and they just never recovered here. And after we finally recovered, now we're just going sideways. Still hoping for a bit of a pump. We're still above that kind of a wonky support level right there that we've been looking at over the past few weeks. So we're still fine, but we're now in this kind of spot where, hey, now if shorts want to, they can attack us and try to drive us back down. And I think you're going to see them try today. Whether they succeed or not remains to be seen. And hey, totally holding, waiting to buy more. Thoughts for Sheeb? As far as Sheeb's concerned right now, I haven't bought any more of it just because I don't think it's going to be making me as much money as I want to as far as on the on the return upswing there. I think Sheeb is fine if you wanted to go long on it down the road. For me, I would wait a little bit longer for me to be buying back into it just because I want a cheaper price for it. No big other news over the past few days besides the Robinhood type of stuff, right? Yeah, I'm going to wait a little bit longer before I would think to buy some sheep here. There's nothing wrong with the coin. There's nothing wrong with what they're trying to do. The thing is, the market cap is really too high for me to be wanting to buy it right now. Normally, when I buy into these larger market cap coins, it's stuff like Luna, Ethereum, ADA, Matic, XRP. I've been buying more of recently because I'm sure this court case is going to wrap up here pretty soon, and I've just been kind of confined to those main coins here. And then all my other funds have been kind of moved over to those lower market cap coins that are under $1 billion market cap, which I can see high growth down the road. And those are the coins that go parabolic during altcoin season. So like next altcoin season, you may see SHIB go up like 200, 300%. That's fine. That's good returns, right? I've been investing in coins that I think have a higher chance of getting into the 1,000% plus range of returns, and that's what I'm really hoping for. So SHIB's not bad. It's gonna definitely have a pump in this next altcoin season. I'm looking to take more of a risk right now at some of these buying opportunities that we see. And if we do dip down another leg down here later on today, whether that's right now or in the next half an hour or next 15 hours, whatever it may be, you're going to see me continue to add on to those altcoin positions here as they will most likely be coming down. Because if we take a look at here at these, hold on one second. Okay. Mom called me and then she was like, oh, okay, you're streaming, never mind. So it wasn't important. But what do you call I always make sure to answer my mom if she ever has to call me. But what do you call if we take a couple looks at these altcoins that we've been looking at over the past few days here, or actually not even the ones we're looking at the past few days. Let's go over here to Coin Market Cap. And what we're going to be doing is I won't even use TradingView for the moment. We'll just go to page 2. And here are market caps under $1 billion already, right? So if we just kind of go over here and, let's just go to IOTX, right? Market cap of $703 million, down 5% today. We go over here to TradingView, go to the daily. These ones that have lower market caps, if it goes back up to all-time highs, it's going up about 200, 300%, right? And then at the next peak, that's where we're going to most likely see those really, where it can get up to like a 700%, 1,000% returns here. That's what I really want to see. These nice climbs here, kind of dead time, nice climbs. I'm expecting something like this to happen down the road. I have been buying a little bit of this IOTX stuff here, but mostly, again, it's it's under $1. I prefer to have it under a penny, to be honest, but I'm trying to expand my horizons as far as altcoins are concerned. Go down to the next one here, XDC here, TradingView again, day. If it goes back up to all-time highs, that's already up at a 254. I'm looking for something higher than that. And when we go over here to SHIB, yeah, that's a lot. Okay, there we go. You should see something similar. That's about 266%. The only difference is this has a market cap in the tens of billions. I want a market cap in the hundreds of millions. That way, once we actually get back up to this level, it's not going to be so much harder to keep on going and going and going. But right now, if you're looking to buy into SHIB, I think it's a good coin to be investing in for this next pump up whenever we have it. I'm still in the belief that no matter what coin you guys are buying right now, it's worth it to just kind of buy every week, like a little bit now, a little bit next week, or even every other day, every 3 days. If you can buy a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there, I think you guys will be much better off, and your portfolios will love you a lot, a lot more as well. Because I do think, whenever we do pop off, we're going to run right smack back into this trend line right here. This trend line was important for us. Started there, broke down there. That's where you shorted it. We shorted it. Well, some of us shorted it with me. Or some of you guys shorted it with me. Came back up, tested it out. Then it came back down. Came back right back up there. Then it came back down again. We're going to be coming back up here, and that's going to be my next selling target if I do buy SHIB somewhere. I'm hoping down in this channel down here if we can get back down there. Maybe I'll buy some if we get back down to the support level, but I'm thinking if Bitcoin does have more of a larger move down in whether at the end of this month or May, because of this potential breakdown of the 20-month moving average, that's going to be really where I start buying a lot more coins. And it'll probably be throughout the entire month of a red month that I'll be accumulating more. Kind of think of how the whales have been trading over the past few months and weeks here. They don't care. They buy here, 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 here. So when the price gets way up in parabolic territory, it doesn't matter. But if you guys are like, buying day to day, watching your charts every single day and watching the red days and freaking out, be careful of that method because it will drive you crazy. It's better to just kind of buy it, put it in a side portfolio or another exchange, and kind of just leave it in there until the market really starts soaring back up. and then you could be doing more of your swing trading on different type of exchange. Like a lot of you guys that I talk to on Discord have the BitGet and KuCoin. You guys use them in different ways. I know a lot of you guys use BitGet for the larger swings, like this larger breakdown right here, and then you guys may use KuCoin for some of the day trading involved in the middle of that, right? So it's okay to have separate accounts there because the emotions will be kind of all over the all over the place, and nobody needs to be emotional as far as crypto is concerned right now because it's so freaking boring right now. But okay, anything else that actually has been really nice to see on the page number 2 here? Something else? No, I mean last 60 days. What's been up here a little bit? Yeah, I missed out on this Bridge Oracle one. This one was pretty nice to see. Trust Wallet token. Yeah, I thought about actually getting this one and do that as well. Steam. I have some Steam right now. It's why did it pop up so much today? I told one of you, I think it was Ken, I told yesterday that I bought some Steam, or I have Steam in my account. I did not know this popped up today. Interesting. I'll most likely sell it coming up here pretty soon. But yeah, if you guys want to start like looking at the coins on page number 2 of CoinMarketCap, under $1 billion market cap. If you want to get even more in there, you can go under $500 million market cap. But I would kind of split it up where you're kind of balancing your money out amongst all of those types of coins there. But yeah, give it a shot. Let me see if there's anything else been kind of popping up here. Lisk, GST. Let's see, synthetics. Nothing else there. Trying to see if there's anything else I'd really be looking to buy right now. But yeah, guys, give some time to it. Find something that's been kind of boring for a while but hasn't been going down. Does that make sense? Going kind of sideways, kind of trading in a channel, if you will. Boring, really boring. And then you just kind of plop some money in it. That's kind of my strategy over the past few weeks here, because even though Bitcoin and everything's been going up and down, some of these coins are still kind of going sideways for the most part. Going down, of course, and kind of going to fall in the webs, but they're not going down as drastically. If you guys remember when we actually bought sheep here on the channel, we bought sheep in this channel right here, where it was very boring and it wasn't doing anything. So we started buying sheep here, and then I think we actually stopped over here, and then we just kind of held on until one day, it just kind of started to go, and then I started scaling out around here. And then there was actually a clear breakdown if you draw a trend line up here, and I sold the rest of mine right over here. So page number 2, page number 3, page number 4, page number 5 of CoinMarketCap.com. You know, I think you're going to probably want to spend more time on those pages over the next few weeks rather than just page number 1. You'll get good returns out of page number 1. Don't get me wrong. If you guys want some of those, like the blue chips, so to speak, definitely go buy some Ethereum, Bitcoin, ADA, Matic, XRP, all that good stuff. Go for it. But I think you'll find some golden opportunities kind of knucked away in those 2 through 5 pages on CoinMarketCap.com. Sorry, that took a little bit of a tangent away from sheep, but I think you got the point of what I'm putting my money into right now. And that's even with this bearish kind of sentiment out there. We had an opportunity to pop out above it, and we still got rejected hard. I'm still okay buying right now, because whenever we do hit the all-time highs here, whether it happens this month, a few months from now, or like over a year from now, I don't think it'll take a year, but I want to have these nice averages kind of baked in now. So when I come back and look at it and be like, man, I can't believe I got such a good deal when Bitcoin was at 40,000, when Bitcoin next time is probably going to hit like 80, 90,000, maybe even over $100,000, right? Excuse me. Made some good, fresh, hot peach tea to help my throat, and it's been freaking awesome. I forgot I had this tea. Mm. Hey, Michael, I know you are a trader, but do you ever think of someone early on the first year or so to just build up a crypto portfolio and hold? What do you mean? Like, as far as you guys holding crypto, I think before you go into day trading and swing trading crypto, you guys should have longer term positions that you guys are accumulating. I don't really talk about them too much as far as long term, just because when I give you guys advice on long term positions, I just tell you guys to nibble in for your long term holds, and over time it'll make you more and more money. Almost like how every month we kind of put some money aside for retirement, I just put some money aside for crypto. Now, I don't really buy too much Bitcoin anymore, because I have 3 Bitcoin I bought when it was like at like 3,500 like years ago, and to me it just seems doesn't make much sense for me to want to really buy more Bitcoin. So, every month or every few weeks, I put money into Ethereum. I put money into Matic, ADA, XRP. But these are longer term positions that I won't see the profits for years to come because, frankly, I don't want to pay taxes on them just yet, right? But if you guys are new to crypto, you definitely give it a shot of just holding for a while. There's two things I would tell you, two types of different exchanges where I would tell you if you want to do this, you can. The first one, if you're going to play it safe and you're a new trader, and like I'm talking about like really, really new, you're going to just go through to Voyager, and you're going to get the Voyager app. I think I have a link below for it. And then you guys are going to buy the crypto you want to, buy it like recurring payments, like every week or every 2 weeks or every month, whatever you guys feel most comfortable with. And then they're going to be focusing on coins that have higher interest on them, like a Polkadot, like a VGX, like a USDC, just to have some stable coins, right? And then you're going to keep on buying those week after week or month after month, however much you guys want to. And then it'll be occurring interest that compounds every single month there, and you guys can make some good money off of those in the long run. If you guys want to take it a little bit further than that, and you guys are still fairly new, I have a link down below for BitGet too, but I would sign up for BitGet and I would just start buying up some of their some of the low market cap coins on there and just let it sit. So that's where you can actually put some of your higher risk positions on BitGet. And one of the things, we've talked about this a lot of times here, but BGB and KuCoin's another good one. They have a bunch of coins and they keep on adding more and more and more tokens. A lot of the tokens, KuCoin has a little bit more higher market cap tokens. BGB, because they're so new and they're trying to like get as many tokens as they can, they're going for all of them. Which means if you guys wanted a lower market cap token, guys, but you guys didn't want to go through a swapping app or something like that, where you'd have to pay like $100 to $200 in Ethereum gas fees. Instead of paying those couple $100, you'd be able to go to BitGet and pay for that buy that same coin with no swapping fee, no Ethereum gas fees, and then you just buy it like you'd buy any other altcoin, right? And then from there, you just kind of leave it in the wallet and you just kind of let it chill. And whenever it does pop up in the future, you're golden. On the other hand, if you guys want to, remember there's always a launch pad that BitGet has, and they can give you those coins at a really good discount. And then you get 33% at open when the coin opens up on the exchange, another 33% next quarter, another 33% the next quarter after that, and then your money's going to just do very, very well for yourself. Let me see if I can find an example of this, because normally I don't tell you guys to buy coins that are launching on an exchange, but this one has a history of doing very well. So whoever is in charge of them actually vetting these accounts is something that I've been really happy with, because it's been good. We talked about Kyoko the other day. We talked about Bot the other day. ZBC is, I think, the more traditional one of what happens here. So go to spot, ZBC. Now it's actually down 3.5%. So it opened up way down here at 2 cents, and right now it's at about 4 cents, right? And so you would have gotten like 33% of your coins right here. The other 33% of the coins are just kind of waiting, and you have another 33% of coins waiting even for longer term out. But you can see there's like an upward trajectory. And if you look at this coin right now, put that up against like Bitcoin's chart, right? Bitcoin's been going down and kind of choppy over the last few days, of course. As EBC, since it opened up, and this opened up back in March 16th, it's been doing fairly well. So a lot of times you can get those lower market cap coins, and they tend to do better when Bitcoin's kind of flailing around like it is right now, while whales are battling left and right, and we're just kind of here waiting for the Bitcoin to make a choice, frankly, right? And then, of course, you can go with the exchange tokens if you guys want that one. But exchange tokens are hard because you have to go to the exchange and actually make an account with them just to buy their coin and nothing else. Like, I have random accounts with a few different exchanges. I have to have all the passwords on one of my Google locked files, and it's just a pain. But then a lot of the charts are kind of similar to the BGB token chart, where you buy it, and then it just kind of creeps up. And I mean, I wish there was a way to have it side by side here. But let me just go here. This goes back in here to July of last year. July of last year over here to where we are currently. Okay, but if you go over here to Bitcoin's chart for the daily, you can see since last July, Bitcoin had a nice slow rally, but then it also came down and was a lot more volatile. Meanwhile, this was such a new exchange that people kind of still took them a while before it even went anywhere, right? So I'm buying a lot more coins at this moment in time, especially for longer and new-term traders that kind of fit this thing where it's just going sideways. It's pretty darn boring, but Eventually, somebody's going to pick up on it if it has a utility. And then that will, that will drive the price up. So, I don't know what this was. I started buying this back in September. So, it's been about 208 days since I started buying and accumulating BGB, and I made about 174% profit. If you were to do that about Bitcoin from like last September, I don't know what was going on last September because we were having that dip. Let's go to about here. If we go from the lows, we're kind of breaking even here. If we're going anywhere else in September, we're kind of down maybe just like a few percent or so. And that's just because Bitcoin is a whole different beast than some of these lower market cap coins. Market caps matter, right? Market caps matter, but just because I'm making a little fun of Bitcoin right now does not mean Bitcoin should not be in your portfolio. You need to have Bitcoin. It's up to you. I know people that don't have Bitcoin and they're happy not owning Bitcoin. They put money in Ethereum and instead they have like entire Ethereum accounts. Then they have all the altcoins. I like saying I own some Bitcoin. Maybe that's because people ask me about crypto advice. I'm like, what do I do about Bitcoin? Do you even own Bitcoin? I'm like, I have to say I own Bitcoin, of course, right? And what's right here? There's an investor in Sheep that owns many hundreds of millions. Too easy to manipulate, in my opinion. Yeah, but I mean, there are people that have been buying up tons of these coins for a while, and they have not been selling them. Remember that website that we looked at the other day, as far as largest Bitcoin wallets? Here, it's bitinfocharts.com, right? They talk about Bitcoin, but they also have Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, and Monero. So they show you how big these whales are. So if I were to go over here and I was to type in I don't know, what is this, Dogecoin Explorer, it would go to like the highest wallets and stuff like that, all these addresses and things like that. You're gonna see that they've been just loading up on Dogecoin, like loading up on Dogecoin. Can I I'm trying to see. What's the best way to do this? Doge Party, whoever this Doge Party is. But you see, 548 Doge. But you go back down to when Dogecoin was first going on, because right now you're just seeing like one Doge stuff. Go all the way down. Oh gosh, I don't really want to go down further for this one. Okay, maybe I won't do it. Eventually, you start getting to these points where you see these people buying 56,000 Doge coins every single day for months, where they've just been loading up on it. Can I see it now? 5,000 Doge, a million Doge, 2.5 million Doge. So 2.5, you just start seeing them piling up and piling up Dogecoin here. And this is back when Dogecoin was fairly cheap, right? 2014, but they're still holding it. They're still holding so much of this Dogecoin here, and that's kind of the goal I'm looking to do. But remember, this is back in 2014. This is when Dogecoin had a very, very, very low market cap, and I'm still really bullish on those coins that have low market caps. Those are what I'm looking for. As well as new coins do come out into the market, there will be some that are kind of more impressive than others. I will try to find some of those for you guys that kind of in the $100 million market cap to $500 million market cap that have only been around for maybe a couple months or so, but kind of going stagnant and not crashing as soon as they hit an exchange. I'll try to find some of those and let you guys know if I see anything good coming from that type of field here. But make no mistake, I am willing to take that higher risk for those lower market cap coins because in the past they tend to give me much better returns than all of the other like blue chips, the higher market caps coins that I will normally put my money behind. Um, and to be a little bit frank here with you guys, as far as what my portfolio is kind of doing at the moment, the stock market is so kind of sucky right now. It's so kind of choppy that I've been really sticking to day trading and earnings plays and not really doing as many swings as I would like to, just because you can, as you saw today in the stock market, things can just change on a dime, and I don't like that with how they're trying to combat inflation. That whole thing is messing with the markets and messing with my profit margin, so I'm not going to really deal with that as much. That's why I told you guys, like, I think it's over like been a month or even 2 months now. I told you guys, hey, be careful of the choppiness. I'm just going to start moving over to day trading, and that's made my life a lot easier as far as the options market's been concerned. Like today, I was trading Tesla because it had a good earnings report yesterday. I was also trading Microsoft and Nvidia as far as options were concerned. But because I was kind of bored, I also had on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial on my other monitors, and I was just like, man, this is good. And now this is the best of both lives right here. And then I saw, I was also watching Jerome Powell, but I had him on mute and just the subtitles rolling on because Jerome Powell is not really an exciting person, and it was more of a panel type of thing today actually too. But when the options market isn't pure, let's say the stock market's not just going up and up and up like we had over the past year, everything that's more choppy. I can allocate more funds into the crypto market, especially for another altcoin season, another big run that happens, either whether it's a few months from now or even like later, like a year or something like that away. All right. But that Johnny Depp Amber Heard stuff, whew, that is some drama. I normally don't really care much about Hollywood, but like he's Captain Jack Sparrow, so I kind of do care. I want him to be in more in more movies. Uh, Crypto is probably a better retirement investment than my IRA right now. Probably when you think about it, how far crypto has to go. I kind of want those companies to invest in more lower market cap coins, to be frank, kind of like what I'm looking for now. They only have a certain amount. If you guys go down below, I have a link, I think, for Bitcoin IRA, and there's another one, maybe, I don't even know if I have both the links down there anymore, but like I Trust Capital. Both of them allow you to have crypto Roth IRA accounts, which is it's really, really great. My thing with them, unfortunately, is that they don't have more choices. So I think if I go over here to, actually, I think if I just type in Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin IRA, create an account with them. I mean, they're good. They're really good. They got, you get all the safety stuff that you really like about it. So now they have 60 plus cryptos, right? They have all these, but I want those speculative ones where I could buy and hold for a long time, like a Dogecoin, right? They have Doge now, but they didn't have Doge when it was, like 200, $400 million market cap. And that's what I'm hoping for here. And over time, I would put more money into those ones. What I've been doing is, because I don't really, I already have a Roth IRA, I already have an IRA, right? The way I'm thinking about it is I'm just have a special exchange or a wallet, whatever, where I just have my long-term crypto positions and I'm just holding them. And I bought them and I've transferred them to other wallets. And basically, kind of going in my mindset, because I'm a little bit different than you guys, you guys know I'm moving to Belize next year. The tax situation in different countries around the world is totally different. So if I have all these that I bought in here, or for holding for the longest time in different wallets, that means that when I sell them, and if I'm not, if I'm not paying taxes to the American government, but paying taxes as another citizen to another country, maybe as like a dual resident, if you will, I might be able to get away with some taxes, which I don't really want to pay taxes to the government. I don't know who wants to pay taxes, right? A few days after everybody's taxes was due, right? So, take away everything what I said with a kind of a little bit of a grain of salt here, but I'm really more enthusiastic at this moment in time for some of those lower market cap coins that really haven't been doing anything. If you can find a coin that, like in the NAS, maybe I think on coinmarketcap.com, you might have to go to let's go to page 3. Over the last 60 days or 90 days even, probably hasn't done much. So we go over here, you just click on high or low so you can have a starting point. You kind of go to the middle and you kind of see, you find some stuff that really hasn't been doing much. It could be going up a little bit, probably maybe anywhere from 10 to 15%, maybe just kind of nice upward trajectory. But for the most part, it's just kind of doing nothing. Like right here, whatever this one is, I don't know what it is. Augur, it's too expensive for me. It's at $14. Let me see if I can find something that's cheaper. Nothing under a penny, huh? STMX. Well, you guys already know I've been loading up on STMX for long-term positions, and I also like it for swing. Just kind of plop some money, then kind of wait for it to pop. But STMX is still when I love this coin. It's made me a lot of money over the past 2 years, actually, now. Yeah, wow. Anything else here? 66%. Nothing under a penny? You guys got to be kidding me. Okay, hold on. Going to page 4. Start it over again. Let's go back down here. 04, 09. Down a little bit. Wow. I don't know what happened to all my nice little low cost, low market cap coins, but it doesn't seem like they're there at the moment. Ugh. What is this? A little double bottom here on the 1 minute chart. Hopefully we can break out above it and start moving back up here. Because we did break out above the 20 moving average about, I don't know, 45 minutes ago here. we should see a move back up to hopefully 41,000. We'll see if we get shorted back from there, but I hope not. Let's see. Hey Clifford, Ethereum Classic. I think Ethereum Classic is fine. I have some specifically because I think it has an opportunity to be pumped up on Robinhood and Webull. That's mostly my play there. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I have some. I have no qualms with it so far. It's had a nice little pump over the past few weeks. I sold the majority of mine off with it though, and then I'm starting to accumulate it more actually yesterday. So I think it's a good long term hold. But I'm waiting for you know, as I buy Ethereum Classic after we've kind of hit that little this choppy weather. I'm more inclined if I do buy Ethereum Classic is what my plan is now is to really just wait for a pump to happen during altcoin season and treat it more as one of the larger market cap coins where I'm just kind of waiting for it to kind of do something down the road and not expect too many great things from it in the short term. Even though like we had that nice little pop a few weeks ago, that was great. I sold some off because of it because it really didn't fit my plans and I knew we weren't heading into an altcoin season if that makes sense. Usually when coins pop up out of nowhere and we're not in altcoin season, it's best to just sell them because they tend to go back down once Bitcoin's price action kind of catches up to them. But Ethereum Classic is going to be good for a long-term hold. Next altcoin season, you'll see it have a crazy rally, getting back above $100, getting back above $150. It'll give you some great returns. And again, right now it's only at $35. It definitely came down a lot harder than a lot of other coins over the past year and a half. And hey, teaser. Powell just he was in a kind of a show type thing today where he was talking on a panel with some people on CNBC. I think it was in DC or New York, one of the two. But he pretty much reiterated a whole bunch of his stuff about how he wants to tackle inflation and stuff like that, and it really did spook the market. And because of that, you saw this and because of that, in shorts taking the opportunity to short on top of that announcement that he was really making there, or his dialogue, if you will. That along with shorts, it wasn't just him. They managed to bring us up from a nice low breakout that we were having all the way back down here. And you really saw if you go over to I don't use Twitter too much. Twitter, there we go. Mail alert. Let's see. Do I have well, to go? Oh, just so you guys know, in the last 24 hours, longs were liquidated 122 million, shorts only 34 million. So keep it aware of that. That's not even a lot right here. But yeah, earlier today, we had the shorts kind of strike and do short, short, short. Had a long in there to try to combat it, but it just ended up being short, long, short, 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 longs. Right, and you just saw them piling on short, short, short. A few longs in here, but short, and just kind of got smacked us down here. And again, part of that was the fact that we were trying to get above that 20-day moving average, that 20-week moving average, and the 50-day moving average. If we go over here right now, look at the weekly chart. We tried to get back up above it. We weren't able to, or we weren't able to close above it. Excuse me. On the daily chart here, we tried to get back above it, and now we have this really ugly looking candle where we tried and we just got smacked down. Now we're trying to get back up here again, and again, I've still been buying coins. I still haven't been too scared to buy in these kind of areas. Even if we do break down and come back down to this $38,000 level, maybe even down to here to 37,000, the next Fibonacci level, I am still okay with buying at this point in time. But I'm not buying in bulk and I'm not buying for swing trades. I'm more accumulating for longer term positions here, and I'm perfectly fine with doing that. For the positions I'm buying right now, and I have been over the past few weeks, if we break down, unless the coin is doing something I totally don't unexpected, I'm going to hold that position and buy even more on the next drop. And if we drop again, I'll buy even more on the next drop because down the road they're going to be printing money basically, and that's going to be a great thing for me because I need to buy a house here already. I'm 27. What am I doing with my life if I don't own a house? Unlike everybody else in Seattle that has apartments because the freaking rent's too high. What do you call? I'm looking to hold on to this for a while and then probably just use the money for either I'm gonna buy a plot of land when I get down there, but I'm gonna build my house in sections. Like start with a straight house, kind of make it into like a L, then a U, and then a square, and then probably add like maybe even certain parts, maybe make them L double, like L with 2 floors, then whatever, you know what I mean. And I can have a little pond and stuff in the middle, and I can have a walkway that goes to another larger house down the road if I ever become like some type of a crazy crypto millionaire type of thing. So I can have a nice little plot, right? So I'm already planning all that crazy stuff out. But in order for me to do that, I have to start being able to buy at these low prices, add more and more and more, and invest more and more to crypto. Because let's face it, guys, give it 5, 10, 15, 20 years, however long it takes. Crypto is going to be here to, well, crypto is here to stay, but the returns you get in 5 years are going to be crazy. The returns you get in 10 years are going to be more crazy. 15 years, you're going to be freaking out. In 20 years, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, thank God I got into crypto because now that robots took over all the Macy's, McDonald's, and Wendy's jobs, whatever. I don't have to worry about all my finances. I don't have to be worrying about all this crazy stuff that's going on in the world because robots are going to take all of our jobs, right? Um, I just invested $1,000 into Miso Robotics as my I usually put like $5,000 a year into like random stocks. The last one I just sold it after I found out I forgot I even owned it was the something robotics. It's a security company that has security robots. Nightscope. I sold off my shares there. Um, and now I'm buying into Miso Robotics, and I'll see what happens with Miso down the road. Miso Robotics makes burger flipping robots that are going to take McDonald's people's jobs, Burger King jobs, and stuff like that. What is it? They're not paying me to say this before I start going over it because we talked about it a little bit here. I think before the Flippy 2. Look at that. I mean, part of me is like, okay, they're gonna take over so many jobs, and down the road, what they're gonna do is they're gonna take over so many jobs across the world. Robots are gonna definitely just they're coming for the jobs. Um, Somebody's gonna have to clean all that stuff though. I don't know who's gonna clean it. They say the robots can clean themselves a little bit, but I kind of want a worker to clean off that stuff. But yeah, so you know, um, I'm focusing more on long term planning right now because the market's just really choppy and I don't really want to deal with it. Because I've been saying it's been bearish for like I don't know how long now, like 2 months, and we're just kind of waiting to see if we can finally take the next step up and pop. And it sucks because I'm a YouTuber and I want you guys to be happy leaving the stream every day. But what I feel like when I tell you guys, hey, I'm bearish over the next like month of Bitcoin because I think this death cross is going to lead to a bigger drop off. It feels like we have a good buying opportunity coming up, in my opinion. But at the same time, I'm like, I wish Bitcoin. At the same time, my heart was like, can't we just go back up to 69,000? Can't we just go back up to like 100,000 Bitcoin, and that way all the money I've already invested in crypto can make me even more money, right? So, it's a mixed bag right now as far as the markets that we're getting. But I hope things can kind of turn around here. Whether we hold the support level right now, or maybe we continue to fall down to like $34,000 over the next few weeks here. Patience is going to be key here. But the best thing you guys can be doing is making sure that you guys do have some longer term positions in your portfolio. To go back to your question, longer term positions are definitely going to be helpful, especially if you guys are new to crypto. I'm building out a tutorial right now, and it's taking me a while, but uh, Google Slides. Oh, it's going to make me sign in here. Okay, there we go. But here we go. Um, I'm even using references. I have a friend that has a larger Discord channel, and he has a day trading template that he made. He didn't really design it in the proper way when he was making it, and I told him so. So he just has a bunch of random pictures that don't line up with anything, which drives me crazy. But he's smart, and he does have some good day trading. But I'm building out this entire course for you guys right now. I'm only on slide 24 after like 3 days, um, and I'm you know when it's done, it'll be done, but it's going to be a longer one. Within this, there's also going to be videos within it as I show you guys how to execute different pattern trades and Fibonacci levels and Gann fan lines and all that type of stuff, because it'll be more than me just showing you what it looks like. It'll be me explaining how to do it and how to trade in real time. That way, when you guys start paper trading and getting more aggressive in these types of markets here, hopefully, there's a next bull run by the time I finish this. You guys will be able to execute trades a little bit more, and then I may even have a YOLO section in there. That way, you guys can YOLO responsibly. The last YOLO we did here was the Netflix puts for a couple days ago, and those performed really well. It's funny though, because you guys know I told you guys about Netflix a while ago. I think if I go back over here, hmm. I told you guys about it. 3 days ago, before the day before it fell, and I talked about it. Netflix crash over here, but they're both kind of YOLO. Well, this one was more of a technical play. This one was more of a YOLO play, just because I realized there was earnings coming up. Um, I'm gonna probably put a YOLO section there as well for us, because YOLO plays can be really really fun. And we've done a lot of plays together here as far as options are concerned. But the options market's a totally different beast right now. If you guys are looking to make money in options, I would encourage. Well, okay, I don't have to deal with pattern day trading rules. You guys do, so that does make your life a little bit more difficult. But if you guys have access to multiple exchanges, and maybe you guys do like 3 to 6 options trades a week on 2 different exchanges, you can kind of split up the day trades there, and then you guys just do your normal trading on another exchange. If you guys have the ability to do that, I would encourage you guys, if you guys are familiar with options and understand how they work and don't have high emotions and things like that, and have a trading journal and all that other stuff we talk about here quite a bit, I would encourage you guys to try and day trade some of these stocks that we look at. Like Microsoft was good today, right? Really, really good right here. This was a nice one that you can just kind of play around with. I took a short right here at the 200 weekly, 205-minute moving average, excuse me. Mostly because at that point we'd already kind of heard what Powell was saying, and I was like, I just need an entry position here. Netflix, well, I didn't buy in Netflix here. I sold my position actually yesterday right up here, a little bit higher than I should have, but I made a bunch of money off of it. Nvidia, I told you guys I shorted this today. I just kind of shorted it right here as it came to the 20. I was just looking for entry positions because there was not many entry positions today because it just kept falling. But yeah, if you guys get used to this, I thought about this today actually as bottom. A little bit of a shoulder, head and shoulders, and I kind of just waited for this neckline to break right there, and it did. So I opened up a put position here. It came back up, then it came back down. I was fine with that, and my only thought process was because my stop loss was right here. And if you guys ever see the pattern as far as head and shoulders is concerned, we know that after the shoulder, here, it normally comes back up to test around that neckline before the shorts come in for a second round to kind of drive the price down here. That's where I kind of got, hey, I have to give it a little bit more of a lenient stop loss, if you will. Anything else here? Home Depot. I didn't trade Home Depot today. Was there anything else I traded though? Oh, Tesla, but I don't think Tesla. Is Tesla on here? Yeah, Tesla's on here. Yeah. I bought some Tesla puts and they were pretty good. Not on the 5 minute chart actually. It was actually more on the 15 here. As soon as we broke down below the 20 on the 15, I was like, it's time to short. Bought open a position right here. I thought I was actually screwed because it closed kind of just right on the line, but then it actually came down pretty strong over the next few minutes, and I was fine. And then I sold right here. I missed it actually going even lower, unfortunately, but it doesn't matter. It's day trading. But yeah, so if you guys get the opportunity, these won't actually, these are a little bit more difficult things to trade. You're not going to have a nice little clear breakdown, if you will. But I think if you guys can get accustomed to day trading with large cap stocks, and just you guys can trade fractional shares in Robinhood. You can do whatever you want to, or just paper trading until you get it down. Once you guys learn how to day trade options and just be careful with them and just take your profits as they come, you'll realize that you're going to make like 20% on this trade, 40% on this trade, maybe even 100% on this trade really quickly. And you just have to accept that 20%, that 40%, whatever it kind of gives you, and you just walk away with it. But then at the end of the day, you realize like, wow, I just grew my portfolio by a good amount. And if I keep on doing this day after day and not forcing trades to happen, just kind of waiting for the breakdowns to occur, and this situation, it was a moving average breakdown here, you're going to be much more successful in the markets. But, that style is just so much more boring than the crypto market over here, which is, well, actually, crypto's been very boring over the last month. But normally, crypto is the more exciting thing for everybody to go to, and then options is more exciting, or just as exciting, I guess you could say. And then just trading stocks themselves is going to be very, very boring as well. But if you guys can get used to that while practicing how to day trade, it does make a huge, huge difference. It really does. Bought back in at 40K even and bought up some altcoins, added in some more, but Bitcoin was at 42K and more altcoins again. Not buying more until Bitcoin is at 37, 36K. Yeah, that's a good plan there. There's a lot of people like, I just bought some more crypto today as well, and I bought some yesterday and the day before that. I'm looking right now, if we do drop down, I'm going to start buying more. Preferably around 38,000, then 37,000. Probably a smaller position up here at 38,000 though for sure. We've been so boring, and I think there's a lot of support for that 20-week moving average. As far as this trend line and everything, that awesome, yeah. There's a lot of support, excuse me, for that 20-month moving average. That has been the thorn in the short side, the short seller's side, for like the past 4 months now. Go back over here to Bitcoin monthly chart. Ignore these little trend lines here, but thorn in the side of every short. Held here, held here, held here, holding right now here. We need to bounce up soon, or we're just going to start a shoulder here that just kabloomies for us, right? Which means May will either be an okay, good month where we kind of have a little bit more of a bounce and it looks pretty like unorganic, synthetic, if you will. Because I don't know if you guys can imagine this. Let me actually pull it up here from a different viewpoint for you. Okay, this is a blank chart as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Uh, concerned. If we close down here, right? What do you think are the odds that we have a candle that looks like this coming up? Maybe let's go with the rectangle. Like that. Like just, can I drag you? No? Okay, well, oh, it's going to make me go by, okay, okay, it's not fluid. Okay, but yeah. Can you imagine the next month's candle looking like that if we close down here? Or will it make more sense if it looks something more like that as we continue to fall down? It just feels like this, if we kind of have a green candle, it'll be very unorganic. It'll be up to the whales, is kind of what I've been saying over the past few weeks. It's really up to the whales here over the next few weeks. But, I think if we close too close down to this moving average right here, last few times we were in the green, we were kind of separating off from a little bit. We tested it, but we were still fine. Now we're like getting closer and closer. If you look at the chart right here, I know it's in kind of a small letters. We have 8 days and 21 hours. 8 days and 21 hours. And so if we did have that nasty candle here, let's see what that, it would look more like that rather than having a nice green candle. And I think you guys kind of understand what I'm saying with that. Let's go back over here. See, I want to see a nice bounce like that, but this looks like, it could happen. That's realistic. If we kind of extinguish that right there, you can see clearly that there's an opportunity for us to bounce here. We hit right here, see how it bounced, and then kind of gets to a hump. We still had an opportunity to break out even right here. But, right now we're not, like we're hanging on for freaking dear life every single month on this freaking 20-month moving average. And I just want Bitcoin to make a choice, because if we bounce up, awesome. We all hold enough crypto. We're all holding for the most part. We have an opportunity to make money. If you guys don't have any positions, you guys are going to be able to enter some type of swing position off of some breakout opportunities, right? So you guys will be able to make a lot of money. If we fall, what's going to happen now is now you guys have tons of opportunities to add more to crypto, or if you guys don't have any positions just yet, you guys have a lot of opportunity to actually buy in. Maybe even for some of you guys for the first time. But if, it's anybody's guess right now. If you guys go over to YouTube and you guys just type in Bitcoin, and we go to maybe today's videos, so you see crypto and stuff like that. What brought Bitcoin down today? High alert, warning alert, mega crash happened, or will a mega crash happen? This will blow Bitcoin to $1 million. Yeah, that's not blowing anything to $1 million. But what do you call the global market is about to crash hard. I've been saying that for months. But timing is everything. I just think it's about to crash. I don't know when. That means it's going to be hard to make money off it. That's where the real skill comes in with, and that's why those Wall Street, Goldman Sachs guys make so much money. But what do you call? You just see all this news right here. Bitcoin showing weakness. There's so many different opinions out there. So definitely go check out some other YouTubers to try to get what their opinions on this, because it'll be interesting. It'll be very, very interesting here. Bitcoin emergency, Bitcoin now. I swear, I don't know if I need to have a thumbnail that goes. I will never understand them, but yeah, it could definitely be a weird time ahead for Bitcoin, guys. That's mainly the thing I'm trying to teach you guys. Like, nobody knows whether we're gonna pop next month or most likely come back down, if you ask me. But you guys need to have a plan just in case. And part of the plan right now for me is, hey, in case we do pop, I need to have more exposure to the market. That way I'm not left behind. And that exposure is set up in a way where if we do fall down, I'm not going to sell it. I'm putting that into a separate category where I'm going to be holding it for months, not if maybe even years, if that's what it takes for another altcoin season. I don't think it's going to take years, but you guys get what I'm saying again. Boom. But again, man, we're just basically waiting for Bitcoin to do some type of move here. And what is it? That robot stuff, can you imagine 20 to 30 years? I think things are going to advance very quickly. Oh my gosh, very, very, very quickly. That's what's going to make everything so excited. Um, you know, there's going to be a mixed bag there because if you think about it, if you're a mom and pop, restaurant or burger shop or whatever, if you guys don't have a robot cooking for you, you know, how are you going to be able to offer low prices like the corporations do? We already see that in today's world, right? You have corporations who can make stuff in mass, in bulk, lower the cost of goods, and therefore pass on those savings to the consumer. A mom and pop shop may not be able to do that as efficiently because they don't have all the infrastructure built out, all the good stuff. They have to go through more middlemen and have more trouble down the road, right? And they're going to be struggling, which means there's going to be a whole economy shift where a lot of small business owners are going to have problems. And what happens when small business owners who are kind of more middle class, they may earn anywhere from like $100,000 to $200,000 a year. Maybe if they, the couple, maybe they earn like $300,000 a year. What happens when those people start losing their businesses, right? And imagine, I mean, it's always been one of my dreams, but I know it's gonna like hurt people in the long run. I'm excited for whenever robots can become bartenders. I'm really excited for that. Partly because I've always wanted to be served by a robot. First of all, on the other hand, now I'm not gonna be able to know the bartender well enough to get extra alcohol in the in the shot, or I'm not gonna get a free double instead of just a single, right? So that's gonna be a problem. But truckers, the whole economy is gonna shift, especially because I think here down the road, America is going to realize that we have to go with nuclear technology and this green kind of thing we've been trying to do with solar panels and wind. I don't think it's going to be as fruitful as maybe the government or activists believe. And I think the solution, at least in my opinion, is going to focus more on the nuclear side of things, which means right now, at least, well, actually, more on my retirement account, I've been buying up more nuclear type of companies to kind of reflect that, if you will. And I think down the road we may even have some robots that work in nuclear factories just in case for like some type of damage control or something really bad happened. Like I don't want a nuclear power plant anywhere near San Francisco because of all the tectonic shifts that we see. But you're going to be seeing a lot more nuclear power plants, I believe, over the next 50 years. Somebody is just going to have to say it, take some political flack, and say, "Hey guys, we're going nuclear." And that'll be the start of that little revolution there, because I don't believe that that's going to be enough. I don't think solar is going to be enough. I don't think wind power is going to be enough. I like looking at solar farm or wind farms kind of on the east side of Washington State, kind of in the farmland. But I don't know. I don't want to see them over here. Right? And if the person on the east side of Washington's like, well, we need them over there, and we don't want ours either, some type of weird thing, I'd probably understand their point of view because they probably didn't want them over there in the first place either. And so, I can just see this the next 20, 30 years just going freaking insane. But nuclear power, I'm betting on it in my retirement account. We'll see if I'm right or not. But I do think we need to make a push for nuclear. And hey, Chef, did I ever finish the? Oh yeah, I fixed the YouTube problem a while ago. So as far as that was concerned, I kind of have a summation of what actually happened. So there was a glitch in the YouTube algorithm, the YouTube kind of filter thing that kind of flags bad content or whatever you call it, or content out there. And they said that I was reusing somebody else's video or chart. And I think that the problem is there's so many Bitcoin charts out there that they just thought I was using somebody else's charts and not my own for some reason. And so what they did was they said, "Oh my God, this person is stealing somebody else's Bitcoin charts. We're gonna stop him from being able to make money in the market and make money on YouTube." Excuse me. And so what they did is they took away my ability to earn money through YouTube for like two and a half weeks or so. And because of that, I was kind of screwed as far as YouTube income, and I was like, well, "What the heck is going on?" And you guys don't know this, but like now that everything's back, I have access to help through the YouTube Partner Program. I can kind of log on and chat with somebody, and they'll answer any of my questions. When they take me off of that program, they automatically take away my ability to do that. So I had no way to ask for help. And so I tweeted to YouTube at Team YouTube on Twitter. They flat out ignored me. They just gave me link after link after link because I was trying to figure out what I did wrong. They were like, no, follow this link. Hey, look at this guide over here. Look at this guide. I was like, guys, just tell me what I did wrong so I can fix it. And they couldn't figure it out. So they just ignored me. And then I asked you guys to tweet. And they talked to me for a little bit more. Then they ignored me. And then I was able to get a larger YouTuber out there. One of the guys I talk with every once in a while. He has a much larger crypto channel. His name is Rob. He runs Digital Asset News on YouTube. It's like a 300, 400,000 subscribers, a larger channel for sure. Um, he was able to do a retweet for me. And then with that retweet, I was able to leverage it with some YouTube employees that I know on Discord and through email. And then I pretty much claimed like, hey, I feel targeted here because I didn't do anything wrong. You guys won't tell me what I've done wrong, so I feel like I'm being targeted here. And then I threw out the race card because apparently the race card was the only thing that made YouTube employees feel like they needed to help me. Nothing else did. Only the race card. So that's going in my back pocket for again in case anything bad happens here. Um, and then they fixed it, and then they told me it was a mistake, and then they apologized and they said, hey, sorry. There are so many people on YouTube, and it's so hard for us to manage everything. Sometimes we can't help everybody. I didn't really believe in the apology they gave me, but there's no reason for me to kind of fight YouTube anymore. But that's what happened. Everything's back to being normal. That's why some you guys can all see membership statuses again and things like that. And that's really good because I think what is it? Down the road, I think I'm gonna be. I haven't been doing it as much as I want to. When it comes to the streams and stuff like that, I'm gonna make sure to answer more of the members' questions, even if that means I'm not getting to all the non-members' questions, just because you guys do pay for the right there, and I want to give you guys that opportunity. And then once Bitcoin picks up again, or maybe the stock market even picks up again, I'm going to try to give you guys more breakout plays. There have not been too many breakout plays over the past few months, if you guys understand me, mostly just in the oil plays that we talked about, or the puts that we did for the war. Besides that, I'm kind of just waiting for the market to kind of gear back up, and then I'm hoping to do most of my breakout plays. I'm going to do like a kind of, when I see a breakout, I'm going to make a 2 to 4 minute video explaining the breakout for members, and then I'll maybe make a 30 to 50 second video on YouTube Shorts for everybody else. So Shorts people that people that want to get like a short view of it, that don't pay the $2 a month, they'll get the idea of what's going on. But if they want all the technicals and the price targets and everything like that, then they'll pay the $2 a month and stuff like that. That way I can pay for more streams because I'm hoping by what did I say I wanted to have at the peak of my streaming empire that I'm trying to build here? I want to get like 50 streams going and have either a family member or some person I hire manage them for me. I want to have 50 streams running, but hopefully by summer, if crypto is kind of going pretty well and stuff is kind of doing well, I could maybe have 10 to 15, and each stream costs me about $50 a month. So that if I'm having 10 streams, that's $500 a month. $750 if I want the 15. If I want the 20, that'll cost me $1,000 a month. So it does add up pretty fast. But I'm hoping by generating revenue through YouTube and you guys donating and stuff like that, I'll be able to put all those streams up there because I think actually Saturday, excuse me, I'm going to be replacing that Bitcoin 4-hour 15-minute chart and stream, and I'm going to be replacing it with something else like a Doge Elon or whatever high market cap coins are kind of booming at the moment. So you guys can see that for more day trading opportunities or something similar, whether it be 15-minute charts, kind of panning out some of those technicals. I think that'll go a long way to building up some views, more revenue, and so forth. Because I think as far as the other Bitcoin stream, there was like maybe 50 people or so view it a day, so not nearly enough for me to kind of keep it up at that same ticker, if you will. I'm going to try to adjust it to see if that one video can get more views and so forth there. Kind of like how we have the Bitcoin Doge. I'm thinking of maybe having a Sheeb Doge Elon pair there. And then maybe next month I'll add on another one where maybe it has like more traditional XRP ADA or something like that, or maybe going for more of those lower market cap coins that can really have some parabolic moves going forward. So either way, it'll be pretty fun. Uh, for now though, I'm just kind of waiting for Bitcoin to make its mind up it's been it's been so boring, guys. I know you guys have probably felt that Bitcoin's been boring over the past few weeks. Here with some mild exciting points, but I mean, look at this past 15-minute charts. This past 15-minute chart here, for the last 5 hours and 30 minutes, Bitcoin has done nothing, and even in the last since I started the stream, Bitcoin has done nothing. This has been absolutely insane to see. And if you guys are wondering what this pink line here, it's a GAN fan level here. And it actually did a pretty good job of stopping us today before, now it's a resistance for us. But we need some excitement in the crypto markets. I'm just going along my normal day trading in the options market, but there's been nothing incredibly exciting about the markets here except for maybe Doge Elon that popped up the other day. But then I told you guys I sold out of everything. I sold out of all my Doge Elon. Oh, man. Smart move, though, because the next day it fell like 11%. But, yeah, it was I'm hoping for something big to happen pretty soon. And, again, more likely that we have a bad May or, maybe a really bad ending to April. We can have a good May, but I think we do have at least maybe one or two more drops in us. Maybe if we drop one more time, maybe we can kind of slow down there and kind of figure it out from there. But, I'm hoping all the other YouTubers that are saying this is the bottom. They're saying this is the bottom, this is the bottom, this is the bottom. I'm hoping they're right, so I don't have to be as worried about this going forward. I don't like being one of the few YouTubers out there saying we're going down. It makes me feel awkward. Let's see. Mike, you said the Yu-Gi-Oh! Reverse card trick. Tons of YouTubers have issues with YouTube. YouTube is just lazy. I mean, for real. I mean, I'm not going to bash them, but yeah, it definitely drove me nuts that nothing would work unless I used the race card. It makes me like, what? I didn't realize it was so powerful. I normally don't use the race card because there's no point in me using it. I never have arguments with people. I never have, no job has race ever come up. Because mostly, you know what? In every job, I've usually been the only black guy in the office, which has had its perks because the people always ask me for like cultural advice. I'm like, I don't know. I make stuff up because they don't know. Hey, my food made by robot is still shit. You will know it straight away. Oh yeah, D's. I know that for sure. I know that, but what do you call it? It's not going to matter. Americans, by and large, we're pretty much controllable society. We're pretty programmed to do it, to like what we like, do what we do. We don't really do as much of what we want as we might like to, right? And I'm talking about a city background, a corporate background, right? When I lived in Montana, I did whatever I want, whenever I want. That was a whole different lifestyle than when I moved back into the city and I had like the structured life for me. Montana, I would go to work, but then I would go fly fishing, or I'd go shooting, or I'd just go out and freaking drive whenever I wanted to, and I can just go do a whole bunch of stuff because there was nothing to do, but at the same time there was a lot of stuff to do. Here, when I was working in corporate America, man, I just felt like I always was working, commuting, sleeping, working, commuting, sleeping. Weekends going out for the hike or going out with friends, and that was kind of the fun time. But besides that, we're kind of very structured. We're programmed, I guess you would say, but not like, conspiracy-wise, but we're just trained to act a certain way. And if you think about it, if down the road, 10, 15 years, homelessness continues to get worse because we're not going to fix it. Poor people, or even more, there's more poor people out there now because the system can't support all the jobs and stuff like that. Education isn't getting better. Private schools are pretty much, like, for the most part, like the future of a lot of schools, or schools where the parents have more of a choice of what their kids are taught. That seems to be the way, I went to private school growing up. Now, granted, I was on a scholarship because there's no way I could afford $28,000 a year. That was like more than my mom made for the entire year. But if you're making like $20,000 or $25,000 a year and you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're gonna eat that trash burger and you're gonna like it because it's gonna taste really good to you, and you're not gonna remember the old standards of the golden Big Mac and things like that of what the good stuff used to taste like. Generations are going to keep on growing. I'm going to be in my 30s later, a few years. You're going to be, I don't know how old, but, everybody's going to be older, but we're going to have different experiences. And, it's going to be a lot different. And guess what? There are going to be people that like that trashy burger, and they're going to eat it. It's just the freaking way the world works. And I don't know how we're going to fix it. I really don't have high hopes for the world in the future. Not saying we're going to, just go crazy with anything, but I just think I'm pessimistic about us solving the problems that actually affect Americans' lives or just the people's lives across the world there's too much corruption in the world right now, and I don't see it being solved anytime soon. And you know, I want to see us get better, but the only way I'm making money because I'm investing in greedy corporations whose sole purpose it is to make money. So they're making me more money as a shareholder in their business. Would I ever invest in the United States government? Like, would any of you guys, if the U.S. government had a stock, would you be investing in it or shorting it, buying puts, buying calls? What would you be doing? What would you be doing if you had the opportunity to invest in the United States government? And I'm not talking about bonds or, anything like that. Like, just a stock out there. What would you be doing? Would you invest in America? Or would you just be like, nah? Or would you spend that money in the American corporations who really do have so much power right now? And they've been using their power to make me more money and, of course, themselves more money. But I'm just kind of I've hopped on that train, so to speak. Right? And yeah, that's just kind of the way it is. And remember, you've already started to see the American economy shrink just a little bit. I mean, not like GDP wise, but Netflix. I didn't know this when I told you guys about the Netflix puts, but they lost over 200,000 subscribers last quarter. I thought their growth would just be slowed, so instead of making 100,000 new subscribers, maybe they would just make 75,000 or 50,000. They lost subscribers, and I guess from some of the articles I read about Netflix, part of it was their content really isn't just competing with Disney Plus and HBO Max. How they're having some really good content out there. Like tonight's Thursday. Tonight, you know what comes out? Tokyo Vice. Freaking awesome. As far as Netflix is concerned, I guess people are getting mad about Netflix turned woke. Now, my algorithm for Netflix just kind of shows me Korean dramas and old war movies and animes. So I don't actually see the woke side of Netflix, but I guess Netflix has been pushing more woke content, and it's going into that culture wars thing that we're seeing across America right now. As far as we don't want to see, or people on the right don't want to see all this stuff kind of shoved down their throats, and people on the left are completely embracing all of it, and so there's some type of a little bit of friction right there. And then I guess people are tuning out of Netflix a little bit. I made a joke to my mom that I may cancel Netflix. I'm not. I like Netflix overall, but what do you call? She gave me a nasty look, like, how dare you try to get rid of my Netflix? Because I've been paying for Netflix for my family for 5 years plus now. It's been a minute. But yeah, so think about it. I mean, in that scenario, would you invest in American stock? Would you, or would you invest in American corporations? I just feel like it's from that viewpoint, it's a no-brainer that I'd be investing in American corporations and not the American government. The American government doesn't seem to have the ability to fight corporations, which is very interesting, because they do have the SEC, they do have certain type of institutions, but those institutions tend to be run by people who previously were in corporations and who still do have deep ties to those corporations. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Hey, Jay, you have a bunch of nickels. Oh my gosh, 157,000 nickels. Hope they make some good money for you. Bitcoin hasn't been moving during market hours. Yeah, Bitcoin's been too correlated to the market, and nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. Me most of all. I've been telling you guys about this happening for the past few months, and not really as a thing like, hey, look out for it. I've been saying, hey, this ticks me off type of thing about Bitcoin following these technicals, following the major indexes. It's not good. I want it to be separate. I think we would have actually, we would be in a much better position right now as far as Bitcoin's concerned if we were not following the traditional stock market. I think we would be much better off. If US has stocks, China will just own us. Just saying. Oh, man. I just want to inverse Jim Cramer ETF. We'll be talking about the solar system, forget the moon. Yeah, I mean, again, this kind of goes to the fact that there are different type of YouTubers and different type of media people in the world of stocks. There are people who, like me, who are kind of boring, nitty gritty. We kind of go through the technicals. We see what we can find. We kind of use a little bit of more common sense in our portfolios. But then at the same time, there are people out there like Jim who sometimes does have good calls, right? But there are people who are very entertaining. They sound very smart. But when you actually go into the recommendations and you kind of look year to date or since he said buy, what does the price look like? then you start to see this kind of pattern of like, yuck, woo. Why would he tell me that? Why did he tell me that? And you go back to look at his explanation. It's that, and this goes for crypto YouTubers as well as a lot of other people. You get these really weird answers, like kind of in hindsight. But remember, didn't I show you guys? I think it was back in January and December. There was I was upset about it, not like a kind of a jealous way for me. I saw a bunch of YouTubers and they were all selling these 5 stocks will go up in Q1, right? There was this guy, I forgot, Chang or something like that. He had like it sounds like a smart guy, right? He gave like 5 great plays. Another guy gave like 10 great plays. Another guy gave like 4 great plays. Another guy gave like 20 great plays. All of it. Another guy gave another 10 great plays, right? If you put all those plays together, less than 10% of them ended up being profitable plays. But combined, all of those, like those 5-6 videos had over like 1.5 million views together. So there was about imagine that many people going out and trying to buy those stocks, and then 90% of them are about losing money because they trusted some random person on YouTube. That's why I always tell you guys to go check out other YouTubers. There's plenty of us out there. And you guys will find like the one that kind of suits you, and then you kind of watch one, both, a lot, right? I watch like 4 or 5 crypto channels. 4 maybe. Colin, I see what he has to say every now and again if it's not too repetitive. Sometimes he just talks about the regression bands way too much. Digital asset news I watch more often, mostly because Rob helped me out on my channel. I've talked to him for a while now, but mostly because he talks about news as far as what the SEC and the regulatory side of crypto is. But yeah, I am much more of the boring type of YouTuber, and I think you guys have come to like me because I'm more of the boring YouTuber. There's another YouTuber out there. I forget his name. You guys know who he is. He does technicals, but he's much more of a party guy. Well, he'll have like face paint on and stuff like that while he talks. So you'll have a laugh while you're doing the boring technicals. I can't do that because I have too much anxiety, but he can do it pretty well. But yeah, so it's going to be picky and weird over the next few years here. But as far as the next few months, or next few quarters, we're most likely headed for a recession. We'll see how we get along with that. I don't think the recession is going to be anything historic, I guess you might say, right? I don't think we're going to have like 2008 financial crisis, people like thousands of people losing their homes and stuff like that. I think more likely we're just going to have some bad times where maybe unemployment insurance gets used up a little bit more. But overall, the majority of the cubicle people, most people are going to keep their jobs. You're just going to see some type of manufacturing jobs lost, which is not good for any president, if you ask me, any type of political party. But most likely where the jobs are going to be hit hardest because you're going to start seeing people not renovating their houses as much, not buying as much stuff, streaming services, losing valuations, maybe people leaving them, like the people left Netflix. CNN Plus, holy freaking moly, talking about the mother of all disasters. Every single one of those executives should have been freaking fired for the travesty that they did. When I woke up this morning, and I told you guys, no, I didn't oversleep today. That was yesterday for Netflix. But what do you call it? CNN Plus, holy freaking moly. I saw it like a number 2 and number 3 trending of Twitter. I think number 2 was Chris Wallace. Number 3 was CNN Plus. And I was like, they're canceling it already? I mean, there's stuff out there like where you got to figure out which corporation you want to invest in. Warner Media was definitely not it because that was just absolutely insane. But on the flip side of it, people don't trust CNN enough to actually pay for their product. This is not a trustworthy news organization for most people. But if you think about it, like the sad part about it is there's a whole bunch of people, like 300, 400 people that just lost their jobs because of this and how bad of a job that the executives did at CNN. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening in the market right now. Some good, some bad. But when the recessions start to hit and people start having some bad times, there will be some pain in the market and it won't be too fun. On the flip side of that, I think Bitcoin will actually do relatively well in a recession over the stock market. Because the stock market will have some bad things here and there. But I think Bitcoin, as they continue to innovate and the metaverse continues to be built out and you start seeing more regulation kind of giving us more guardrails as far as cryptocurrency is concerned and high interest portfolios, things of that nature, I think crypto will flourish even during a recession. I think we'll do fine. Everything else, though, you better start having your plans in place. Uh, be a penny pincher now so you can invest as much money as possible on the next big crypto moves, right? If we go down from here. The movie choices that come up for Netflix are awful. They make horrible movies. I see. For me, my Netflix doesn't show me anything bad. Like my Netflix is full of like war, Chinese war movies. I love the old Chinese war movies because they're partly dramatic, they're part war, they're kind of interesting. But if for whatever reason I'm kind of busy for the day, I can still keep it on in the background and it's just kind of going, and I'm fine. I think my favorite thing I like to watch on Netflix. It used to be Jiro Dreams of Sushi. That was a really good one, and then and the other one I've been watching more recently. Again, I'm watching it for like the third time now. Is Midnight Diner. That's a really good one. And you said, what about UPS earnings coming up? A good YOLO call. And you said, since US has a problem with issued dollars, why not go full Bitcoin dominance? US control oil. Why not control as well? For real. And you want to talk about UPS here? Let's actually give that a look. Um, Now, part of me is saying it's kind of had a choppy time here. We broke down. It came down. We're kind of holding this level of support. It's not a clear level of support. Let me see if I can move this down here and maybe that'll help us out a little bit more. Kind of right down there. Um, Last earnings report was fine. Last earnings report was fine. Earnings report here bad. Earnings report here bad. What is this? April. Last April was really good. So yeah, I think this would be worth some YOLO calls with one put hedge. One put hedge is probably what I'd be looking for. Now I don't know how much these calls and puts cost. So if you want to just go more of a YOLO play solely, then yeah, you could look at that. Just be aware that you are going to be looking at some death crosses here. Had the death cross over here, and that golden cross didn't do anything in the first place, did it? But we just had a death cross here a couple days ago. We're going to have another death cross here with the 50 and the 200, so just be aware of that. So that's going to be a true YOLO play. I would go pretty far out of the money if you are trying to do that. So if the price right now is at about $188, I'd be looking for something around the 200 strike price call expiring the following Friday from the actual earnings report. And then what I might do at the same time here, because maybe they see slowing growth and maybe the higher prices of gas since they have the kind of set cost in there. Um, Maybe I might buy 175 puts as well. So no matter what happens, you're probably still going to be looking at money, even if one goes up, one goes down. You should see a pretty volatile earnings report coming forward from this one. Um, Maybe two calls, one put. But I don't know how much the calls cost or the puts cost. Because if they cost more than $1, probably not worth it. But if you can get one that's pretty darn cheap, that may be pretty nice for you. Because normally this thing has some nice pops and some nice drops when it does have earnings. And it does have dividends. I have this as a long-term hold just because it does have dividends in it. But yeah, I think this would be fine to look at. Um, it's hard for me to say what would be better though as far as calls and puts just because of how the economy is looking and how they may have to cut some of their forecasting for Q2, maybe even Q3, as they start to see people shipping less and sending more less stuff in the mail, if you will. Maybe less stuff being bought on Amazon, less stuff bought being transported across the world. We'll see if that's actually the case, but I'm wondering if the slowing growth will actually hurt this over the next few months or so. I think that's what's probably happening right here. But just to double check here, has short float of 1% and oh man, peach tea is amazing. Um, Not much selling off here since March. That's it. The president of Supply Chain Solutions sounds like an important job there. Um, he sold some off, but that's about it. You haven't really seen too many people selling off stock in the company, so it's a lot nicer. I feel bad for those poor people at Netflix. Some guy, Bill Ackman, he lost like $400 million in Netflix. $400 million in Netflix. Absolutely insane. Actually, we might be able to check that out. Oh, jeez. There we go. Will his trade be put on there? No, I guess it hasn't been traded yet. He might have sold it not through open shares, but he might have just sold it to like another institution of the bank or something. But Hastings Reed, co-CEO, he bought $20 million worth of Netflix at a price of a price of like $390, almost $400. 20 million at $400. Their current price is sitting at $218. The guy's lost like $11 million, like no $10 million in value, just in like a quarter. Like that's tragic. Like he bought it over here. It just it's jeez yeah. Feel bad for the guy. No salary can make up for that loss. Like no salary can make up for that loss at all. But yeah, but yeah. We'll see how Netflix does. If you guys want to buy Netflix, I think if you guys want to hold it for a long term, I think now's an opportunity. But you might have to deal with some more losses before it turns out to be as profitable again. Remember, a lot of people subscribe to Netflix in the first place because of the pandemic. That pandemic is kind of waning here. It's kind of mostly over. Maybe we might have another wave. I hope not, but still in the kind of cards. But with all the new streaming services that have popped up, it might even be the case that they may lose subscribers in the next quarter as well. So, if that happens, I'll see how the economy is looking. If inflation's better, people are kind of more happy. But I may just do another YOLO put call on Netflix again. Maybe next time having a few calls in there as well as a hedge. But for the most part, if economy is looking bad, Disney Plus is still better to me than than Netflix. HBO Max is better, and mostly Disney Plus. I like the Star Wars franchise in there. And then, if you guys don't know, Netflix actually has Disney has Pixar, and Pixar movies on a flat screen OLED TV. I told you guys this before. They are the most beautiful movies in the freaking world. They really are truly beautiful movies. And there's something you can watch with like family and stuff where it's not too weird. You don't have to you don't have to cover up anybody's eyes and stuff like that. They're really chill. McDonald's would survive a crash, but they still can't beat Jollibee in Philippines? Oh, probably not. My coworkers always go out to buy Starbucks, and they tell me they spend $50 a week easily. Oh, yeah. Guys, I'm a very frugal individual, and I normally, I used to not buy any coffee. I used to not buy any energy drinks. The only reason I buy coffee and energy drinks now, and it's still rare, is because I'm going to Dutch Bros and I want my dog Loki. I want Loki to have a pup cup. So I need to buy something to justify them making a pup cup for him. Besides that, I will never get an energy drink. I will never buy coffee on the go. I just don't. It's not worth the price. I have a what the heck is that thing called? Gosh, Classic Pro, I think it's called. Yeah, I got one of these bad boys in in my bedroom. In my bedroom, okay. Stainless steel. It is beautiful. It costs $449, like $500 with taxes over here in Washington, but I only had to make coffee a few times before it paid for itself back. And now I get espressos whenever I want to. It's chill. It's nice. Good espresso comes out of it. It's good. Like this is what you would call an entry level espresso machine. So I'm not paying like thousands of dollars for mine. I'm just paying like $500. And I got this actually at the start of the pandemic because I normally just used to make drip coffee. Drip coffee is normally fine with me. But I was like, you know what? I need more of a kick. And boom, this bad boy. I actually want to buy that grinder. That grinder is so freaking fancy. It's amazing. I want to buy it, but I'm like, I'm trying to be responsible with money. Maybe if I make another good earnings play. I already spent my YOLO money on Netflix on some crypto. But next time I make a good YOLO play, I'm gonna invest in that thing. Mostly because I have like two grinders and I really don't need a third grinder. I would have to find somebody to give the other grinders to. But yeah, so don't spend money at coffee shops, guys. It's hard. Make your own drip coffee in the morning or your own espresso in the morning. Put it in a cup, toss some milk in it, shake it up. Maybe add some sweetener if you want to, but I usually think of as far as espresso is concerned, all you need is espresso with milk. You don't even need anything else in there. It's perfect. And you save so much money, and you know what? All of that money could be spent on crypto investments for long-term gains, or in the stock market for dividend plays, whatever. but it definitely goes a lot longer. You know, it goes a lot further than just a coffee, if you ask me. Oh, what's there? What about Clever? I haven't heard of Clever, but if they're launching it on blockchain in a few days, and Bitcoin here is still holding, if Bitcoin here is still holding above this trend line for support, I think it'd be worth buying some coins there just for the play, for just for the bounce. I would probably sell after the bounce though. That's what I'd be doing for that one. It'd be only a few day play, just hoping for a good bounce as the news comes out. You would want to have a pretty relaxed stop loss if you did make that trade though, since there's going to be more of like a news play for them. But I think it'd be fun to trade something like that. They would listen. They love their Starbucks too much to give it up. Would they would listen? Oh yeah, of course. But still, it you know I live in Washington. I used to live in downtown Seattle. There's like a Starbucks in every freaking single corner. And I don't mind Starbucks. I think they burn their coffee beans a little bit, but that's fine. I have Starbucks cups. I have like really premium Starbucks cups and nice bronze colors. I get them at the original Starbucks store, or the second original Starbucks store. I guess the one at Pike Place Market, the one that wasn't burnt down. But you can get a lot of crazy cool stuff at the Starbucks shops, and I like getting that stuff. But I don't really buy the coffee beans. I get coffee beans delivered to me like every other week or every month, depending on the type. And if I do want to get like some new coffee beans and I'm feeling really adventurous, I'll go on what's called a coffee pilgrimage. Well, I'll take the bus or the train up to Seattle during a workday, and I will just walk around all of Seattle, like burning thousands of freaking calories, going to a mass of coffee shops, and then just buying a whole bunch of random beans, and then just finding out what beans I like, and then tossing the rest, and well, not tossing, usually just giving them away to people. But and then it's a beautiful thing to do. It really is chill. The AMD sell off is getting real for them. Oh yeah, Nvidia. Yeah, what do you call? Here, I'll look at this very fast. Wait. You wanted to look at? Yeah, okay, yeah. You're just talking about it in the same breath. Okay. Nvidia. This has actually been really fun to day trade, if you ask me. Mostly just because it's just more volatile than other stocks out there. So when you're trading options, it's really good. We're heading back down to the support levels right now of about, I don't know what that is, 195 bucks or so. I'm looking to see if I can short this down even more. We officially had the death cross here with the 50 and the 200. I've been waiting for this for a while. I should have actually taken a short yesterday on that news, but the market's just been too choppy here. But yeah, I'm waiting for it to crash, and I'm thinking I have a price target over the next few weeks to probably hit somewhere around 170. And if I was buying puts, if we break down below that, I'm probably going to be looking at that. But Nvidia has been something different compared to the rest of the market. At least the rest of the market's been kind of choppy and kind of surviving back up. I think a lot of what we've been seeing in the stock market, and this includes Nvidia, is the market's been pumping itself back up bit by bit just so they could sell off of their positions at a better price, so they can sell off at 270, 280 instead of having to sell at 210, which is a difference of about, like 32, 33%. I think that's what's really been going on here. And of course, we tanked down really hard right after all that selling was done, didn't we? Everybody was playing around while the big dogs were selling, and then all of a sudden, nobody was buying anymore, and then just kind of fell apart. As far as Nvidia, watch that level right there. There is actually, we'll just sit here. Let's pull up the fibs right here, all the way back over here from the COVID lows, if you will. That's mostly what I'm looking at. If you want to look at one more level here, if I can put this up here, I've also been looking at this level and this level. I'm more inclined to use this one right here, but if we go use fibs levels right here, there we go. Kind of a little bit of support right there, a little bit of support kind of around here, a little bit of resistance, a little bit of support around here, not as much. Kind of got choppy there as well. But right now we're kind of headed right back down here, and you see that fib level that's kind of right there at 195. That 195, 197 level, that's why I might start looking to open up some puts if the market's not looking so hot. And then that kind of goes back over to the SPY and the NASDAQ. What are you looking for there? And for me, I'm more bearish on them. I've been kind of telling you guys about that for a while now. But if you go over here to the Dow, first of all, we're back down below. These moving averages don't do crapola for us, right? They stopped being as relevant here. We've tried to have some good stuff happen. The market's just been a little too choppy for us. Weekly chart, Death cross has been there. We're having some trouble breaking out above the 20-week moving average on the Dow Jones as well. SPY here, about to have a death cross here pretty soon, coming back down probably to support, which is more likely to 426 level. And then we have the Nasdaq here. Nasdaq's kind of fallen like a rock compared to everything else. Had the death cross in the weekly, and not even close to. It wasn't even able to close above the 20-week moving average here as well. Those are going to be the major headwinds that we're looking at as far as most of these stocks. But yeah, Nvidia doesn't look good. AMD doesn't look good. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't look good right now. So, that's why I've kind of switched up to day trading a little bit more. Because if you look at this from a 5-day, what are we looking at here? YouTube breakouts, Nvidia, good stuff like this. You have some nice buying opportunities here, more on the 15-minute chart than the yeah, right here. As soon as you start breaking down below the 20, you get in the 50. I was like, okay, time to buy some puts, and you just kind of watch everything slide down. There's some good opportunities here. A lot of times it's more. Where do we have this? Can I pull this up? Maybe it'll look. Maybe it'll make sense. Something like that. Yeah, well, okay, it's not going to be perfect, but you can see kind of broke down, retest, then we came back up to that level. Then once you see the market come back down, you can kind of say, okay, this is what we're looking at here, testing it out, failed to get back above it, and, boom, now we're coming back down here. Or failed to hold above it, excuse me, we did get back above it. And you can do that a lot on a lot of these different charts here, but you can also see at the same time, a little bit of a trend line right there where we did have some support, broke down below it right there as well today, and then you can, there's a lot of different things you can do as far as the day trading is concerned with options. But options trading on this type of market is really, really fun. The only thing is, if you guys don't have the 25,000, or you guys, don't have, or you guys have a pattern day trading warning or something on your account, you're not going to be able to execute as many trades as you might like to. But it's worth it to at least start practicing right now. And remember what we talked about before. You guys can always open up multiple accounts. You guys can have a Robinhood account for options, a Webull account for options, TD Ameritrade account, Fidelity account, and whatever other platforms out there allow you to trade options on them. E-Trade, Schwab, stuff of that nature. Nvidia was one of the stocks you bought at COVID low. My big stock at COVID lows was Ford. Ford was Ford was it. I made bank off of that one. I sold off of some of it. I still have a long position on it, but I'm hoping it does do better in the future here. I want them to get a little bit of market share off of Tesla, even though I know that's going to be hard for them to do over the next few years. All right, let's see. All right, crowd patch the markets on inflation and quantitative tightening. Yeah, they have to reduce the load on the balance sheet. They have to. They just have so much. They have to sell. They're going to have to sell a lot of stuff. And remember, this is April, so May, March. Yeah, so remember, they just stopped putting money into the stock market, into the markets last month. After all the crisis of inflation for the past like 4 or 5 months, they just stopped pumping money into the economy. Think about that. They just stopped doing that, and they haven't even started doing the quantitative easing, as they put it. They haven't even started it yet. It starts next month. So what happens? I'm guessing bad stuff happens, and oh geez, well, what if that bad stuff that happens when quantitative easing starts in May? Well, maybe crypto is going to have an extremely bad May because of quantitative easing, and not that it's going to affect the Bitcoin market directly, but it will affect the stock market pretty negatively. And if it does affect the stock market negatively, you'll see a pullback in crypto like nothing else. Didn't think about that. You're making me think about bad stuff. I don't like it. But yeah, they're going to start it next month. So it'll be an interesting May. Historically, last May we had a rough time as well. Well, let's see how much worse. Let's see if we can do better or so. I hope we have a better May than last year. That was not a good one. I heard they're going to have to do this until 2027. Have you heard this as well? Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably. I don't know if they're going to have to. My thing is they're going to do it until a recession happens. Then they're going to have to reevaluate what the circumstances are and things of that nature. I think Jerome Powell, he's tried to be a good job. He's done an okay job, not a good job, I would say, but not necessarily a bad job. Just because who could have ever expected COVID to come, right? I don't think he deserves another shot at the job. I think when his term is up, because he just got, he just signed up for another term here. When this term is up, I think it's better to have some new blood in there and somebody maybe that's a little bit more realistic in their thought process, or maybe more commonsensical, where they don't just kind of go off of the numbers. They can't look with their own eyes and see what's happening in America and kind of try to, I don't know what you want to call it, but they can look at the practical effects of what they're doing and see they can see what's going on. Jerome Powell, for all of his smarts and book smarts, he's a very intelligent guy, but he was calling inflation transitory for like up until December to December. And if you look at everything going on, you're like, well, gas prices keep on going up. We're heading out of COVID, which means gas prices are going to go up already. But then we're going to have summer coming up pretty soon. That's going to make things even more expensive. Higher gas prices mean higher cost to deliver goods across the country, whether it's truckers, trains, everything like that. More expensive. And then on top of that, all the other goods, people want more stuff, and the supply chains have already been mixed up. It's just bad. And they thought it was all relative to supply chain issues, which if you just look at the economy, it can't be that simple. They tried to dumb it down. And I think what happened here is the Federal Reserve, over particularly like the last 2 years, I guess, I don't know why, it seems like they've been a little bit too political, maybe even on the Trump years and on the Obama years as well. The Federal Reserve is getting too political. And by that, I mean they're trying to appease whichever government is in power. They're not choosing between left and right, in my opinion. There are some people that do within the Federal Reserve, but not the head, not the institution itself. I think they're just trying to get funding and stuff like that, so they're playing the political game and not staying like at arm's length and being like, "What are you doing here? Get out of here! You're not my boss. I'll answer to Congress and that's it," type of stuff. I don't think that we're seeing that play out, unfortunately, the way it's supposed to. But I think Jerome Powell needs to step aside. Um, Next time he comes up for a re-nomination, if you will. I don't know if you saw my message earlier, Mike, but what are the odds Apple gets clapped like Facebook and Netflix? Um, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad as far as that, like a strong move of like 10-15% down type stuff, 30% down. I don't think that bad. Maybe they lose like 5-6% on a bad earnings report, but I don't think they're going to be like slapped hard like that. Maybe I could be wrong about that, but I don't foresee that coming. Uh, I think what's going to hurt Netflix is more about how they're slowly being forced to not be a monopoly in the Apple Store market and the App Store market type of stuff. And that's where you're going to start to see the revenue drop, and they're going to lose billions of dollars because of it, billions of dollars of it, right? And that's where they're going to have some issues here. But besides that, I think Apple is still strong. They still have good supply chain going on through China, and I think they'll be fine there. But I think it's mostly going to be stuff that deals with the App Store as far as Apple's concerned. I think they'll most likely have a slightly bad earnings report. If I was to make a guess, it could blow out expectations maybe, but I think it'd be more of a mixed bag here, where there's kind of like, we foresee less purchases of phones because of people tightening their wallet, so to speak, that type of talk. And then talking about, hey, the lawsuit and regulations coming over from Europe and possibly America over the next few years, of how that could affect their outlook and how much money they're making from having this little monopoly in the App Store, right? I think that's going to be more of an issue rather than the phone sales and the laptop sales and that type of stuff. Dang, I've been out of the market for a good while now. Crazy to hear how much I missed. Yeah, it's definitely been a wild time here, but at least crypto. I mean, Bitcoin looks like it wants to pop up a little bit more. I think what I said, like $41,000, so like another $400 or so. But I've been buying up a little bit here over the last few days, or no, more of a medium amount over the last few days if you combine it all together. But I'm just waiting to see if this is really the bottom here, like a bunch of YouTubers are saying. I think, or if we're gonna take another leg down here and start moving back down to 37,000. There's a crypto YouTuber that has a bunch of followers. If I go over to YouTube or Twitter and I go to home, I should see him, I think. Let me see. Pour myself a couple second tea. This is the greatest thing in the world. Nobody can change my mind on this. Something about it is just magical. Wait for it. Wait for it. Still draining. Getting all the leaves. Wait for it. Getting there. And it's still hot. Oh gosh, I love this stuff. Okay, but if I go down here, let me see if I can find him. Maybe CNN should go on Netflix. Odyssey. They have a funny humor about them. Let's see. Hmm. I forget the guy. I think his name is like a Rover or something. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this guy. This guy. Um, so this guy, okay, he said this back in April 16th. So this is like maybe a week ago now. Bitcoin Bull Run 2022 is almost starting. I don't follow him. He's just kind of on my chart. Okay, well, I'll follow him now. He has like 175,000 subscribers. Doesn't mean I agree with him, but this guy's a full-on crypto bull right now. This latest Bitcoin dump was brought to you by the S&P 500. Yes, it was. Will Bitcoin hold the 40,000? It'll be interesting to see what you guys think about that, or people think about that. But there's most people I think on Twitter are all finding ways that Bitcoin's about to go pop and go parabolic, right? I'm more pessimistic. I hope I'm wrong, but I've been buying up just in case I am wrong, and I see a nice little pump coming. But even if we drop back down, I'm just gonna hold on to those coins for a little bit longer time until we eventually get back up here, right? But monthly ascending triangle. Everybody talking about that as well here. I'm looking at that 20-month moving average though. Who looks at chart? I will never understand why people need to look at charts like this. I don't like it how it's all squished together. But yeah, so you see a lot of stuff like this going on, resisting support, all types of stuff. So if you guys, there's a lot of people that think we're more bullish than bearish. I don't like being in the minority, but we'll see how this all kind of pans out. If I'm wrong, I'll admit it and I'll be kind of happy I'm wrong, to be honest. But if I'm right, I'm shoving it in you guys' face and being like, I was right, I was right, I was right. Mostly because I'll be so excited to buy a whole bunch of cheap coins. But I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I don't want to see us fall down below that 20-month moving average and that and break down due to the weekly death cross. Yeah, I really don't want to see that happen. I'm hoping whales can really save us here over the next few days because whales have a way of defying technicals. And even though we do have those technicals, he's not wrong, guys. We do have a monthly. Probably better to just do this one, right? Yeah. We do have that triangle. I would call this. I would use that more as a level, not so much that flat line right there. Unless he wanted to, he had his line like kind of in the no man's land, but I'd probably put it like right there if you really did want to. But maybe he can go to the body, something like that. That's that. I mean, we already broke down below that then. Oh, no, we didn't. We're close to it now. That kind of goes with the 20-month moving average. But yeah, so we do have those type of patterns here, but it just doesn't. Again, it goes back to that same question I gave to you guys earlier. You guys have looked at charts for probably hundreds of hours now, and if not thousands of hours over the past year of just be learning how to trade and trying your best to do the swing trade, day trading, even your long-term investments. What are the odds that after we have this kind of hook right here, that all of a sudden we just have a crazy big boom of a green candle afterwards? And rarely does it ever happen like that. What could happen here is we have 8 days and 20 hours left until this this monthly candle closes. If we pump up and get back above like $42,000, $43,000, or even close above the 20 and the 50-day moving average, that changes stuff. But for now, we are below them. We're below the 20-week moving average, which is acting as a level of resistance for us, and we're right above the 20-month moving average, where history puts it, every time we get close to this moving average and we break down below it, every breakdown leads to bad results here. And do we go back in time a little bit more? Right here as well, we even had bad results right here, right? So can we go back in time a little bit more? Is there a longer? let me see. This goes back all the way to 2010. I think that's as far as back as most go. Let me try. Let me try one more over here very fast. Crypto, Bitstamp, 2012. No, go. Yeah, it's about the same. Okay, but yeah. So we have a bad history of breaking down and having some really bad times as we approach this. What the heck was that? As we approach this 20-month moving average here, and I don't like it. I just don't like it. Hey, Byford, have a good rest of your night. What is right here? Disney looks like a fairly good price to buy. Be careful, Chef. Right now, it looks like Disney is popping in too much into politics. And from what I saw, as far as Disney is concerned today, is I think it was actually on Twitter. Draymond. Ooh, what's Draymond? Picks Jokers. Oh, sorry, Joker. Jeez. Maddow, Iggy, Plan B. Oh, thought it was the crypto guy. Plan B. Hold on, let me see if I can find it here. I think it was down there a while ago. No, okay, it's not. Well, if we go over here to Finviz. Oh, geez. Yeah, okay. Disney is down 2.5% today, kind of close to breaking down below this trend, or it did break down their trend line here. But what they're doing is they've been picking fights with Florida by going against the Bills. Disney needs to be quiet and not enter the realm of politics. They really need to stop this. And I'm saying this as a shareholder of Disney. I don't like them making political signals, virtue signals, whatever you want to call it. I don't like them doing that. That is not a good thing to do. You don't rile up governments. You don't. Because governments have the power to crush corporations when they really tick them off. And you saw that happen today with Florida. I think there's an article. There has to be an article about it here today. Yeah, the top one right here, routers, whatever we call it. Florida Governor DeSantis burnishes conservative credentials with Disney feud. Okay, so open a new front in the culture wars this week. It is a culture war thing going on there. Okay, well, this isn't telling me. This isn't what I wanted to hear. I don't care about the politics of it. I care about the. Let's see. Ah, here we go. Okay. Florida bill to end special tax districts heads to government DeSantis for signature. Special tax districts. Now they have to pay more taxes, right? So that's I got to pay for it. Well, I'm not paying for it, but you guys get the gist. I don't like it. They need to stop it. So be careful with Disney. If this feud continues and you start to see some worse stuff happen, they're going to lose out on the tax breaks, and maybe they say. We're going to close down the Florida one to kind of retaliate even higher. I don't think they will, but if they do, another theme park is just going to buy it. Another theme park is just going to say, hey, we're going to take it for cheap, and we're going to make a new theme park here. Now, I don't know what type of theme parks would actually want to... I don't know many theme parks out there, but I bet Six Flags would buy it and do something with it. Six Flags, something else, fantasy edition. Who knows? But you could make something cool. I would want Elon Musk to buy it, and it would be a theme park designed around cryptocurrencies or space. Cryptocurrencies or space or both. I would like both. But yeah, so but I don't think Disney's going to sell it. Disney is now just going to pay more taxes, more money, and now they can't self-govern in their little districts. So I hope it was worth it to signal. But as a shareholder, I'm ticked off that they're making these types of dumb mistakes and going as the culture wars or culture wars. We're in it right now. Everybody knows there's culture wars going over all types of crappy stuff. But a corporation needs to stay the freak away from it because I'm a shareholder and I do not like it. We're going to see more of it, though, I think, over the coming years. But, man, the more quiet a company is, the more likely I'm going to invest in it. I don't like culture wars. It's drama that nobody wants. It's drama that nobody wants, and when people are uncertain, the stock goes down. When people are certain, the stock goes up. Stuff like that. Remember, Netflix has become more woke. I don't mind it as much with Netflix because I can simply just choose to not watch it. I figure that to be just as it. But I know some people are getting more annoyed with it because they seem to be, it shows it over and over and over again, I guess, on the front page. Again, my algorithms kind of goes to a certain type of content only with the Chinese stuff. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how these things play out here um, over time, because there's a way to do it, but the way you do it is not to virtue signal from a business standpoint. The way to do it is to fill a need. Fill a need. That's kind of why you see. Now I don't. What's the other one? The CNN Plus, but then there's Fox Nation. Fox Nation is kind of what CNN Plus was trying to be, but Fox fills in a void because there was no streaming service for conservatives, as far as I know. So I don't know exactly what Fox Nation actually does or what they are, but they're kind of the same type of streaming service. They filled a void. There's already a bunch of woke stuff out there that CNN was trying to go after, book clubs and all that type of stuff. There was no void there for them to kind of go into that niche and get the people to come in. These companies are going to have to be very selective of what they kind of put their money into, and they're going to have to go back to that standard economy, the basics of economics. You make money by filling a need. If there's a demand for something, you supply that demand, and you're going to make money off of that, right? These companies are there's a saturation around wokeness. There's a saturation around all that type of stuff going on right now, and it's not good from a business aspect. I'm not talking about the politics of it. I don't care about you guys' beliefs. I have my own. Everybody I know has their own beliefs. Whatever you guys care about, who cares, right? It's nothing to argue about. But from the business aspect, I will argue all day long. Fill a need, don't virtue signal. Those businesses will do a lot better if they just go and make some money. Think of I don't even know. Like, yeah, just they need to fix a little bit here. And again, I own Disney, and I'm along on Disney, but they need to fix their attitude right quick. And I hope they can do that, because I would rather them make me money rather than trying to make me feel good about being black or something like that. And I can feel good about being black without a media company telling me to feel good about being black, if you get what I'm saying. Although I do like the Black Disney movies; those are pretty fun to watch. I think you guys get the gist of what I'm saying from a practical performance view from a corporation, how that's going to affect earnings and affect how much money I make, which is the whole point of why I trade, right? They need to be filling a need, and they need to do that efficiently. That's why you saw Spotify stand behind Rogan. They, even though the stock price was going down, granted, when the whole market was going down, it was going down, but you get my point. Um, they stuck by Joe Rogan because, from a practical standpoint, he brings in millions of users. So many freaking users only listen to Joe Rogan on Spotify. I what I listen to Joe Rogan like maybe once every 3 months when he has a guest on that I like. And the last guest that he had that I liked was Duncan Trussell, I think his name. Russ, I forget his name. Oh gosh, I forget his name. He made a show on Netflix called Midnight Gospel. Trussell, I think they had Trussell, Duncan Trussell. He really great guy, great laugh, really homey. Like he's a chill guy you can just chill out with. But besides that, like, I don't use Spotify. I don't use hardly any of the other things. But I know for a fact that like Spotify has gotten so many new users by just paying them $100 million. There's a saturation of content out there. You have to find a need and fill it. These companies have to find a need and fill it as well. Hey, Chef, well, dang, I'll hold off on Disney. Yeah, wait to see how everything turns out as far as this DeSantis thing, because he hasn't even signed the bill yet. If he signs the bill, then you're going to see some problems for Disney. Not a bunch, but you'll see some headwinds, and that may lead to some investors kind of freaking out a little bit about it or throwing a little fit about it. But I mean, let me see. They've been selling off, but not in any, not more than you'd be accustomed to as far as selling off. So they're not selling more than normal. They're selling the same amount they do every quarter just to make their bonuses and stuff like that with the options. That made me lose interest in them for now. I would buy Netflix cheap, otherwise Elon would beat me to it. Yeah, I would be interested to see if Netflix actually got bought out by Elon. Right now, Elon just finished up being able to finance for Twitter. I really hope he can buy Twitter. I really hope it can go to a shareholder vote, because if it does, I will buy Twitter specifically just for the right to vote. Okay. But okay, everybody, I'm gonna end the stream right here. Hope you guys all had a good time listening to me rant today about a whole variety of topics. Loki's down here being a baby. Um, yeah, being a big baby at the moment. But I'm giving him some ear itches and some forehead itches and some butt rubs at the same time. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow night, probably at 8 p.m. Pacific time, since it's going to be Friday. We'll probably chill from 8 to 11 or so. This weekend, I'm probably going to stream, and I think I'm going to take Monday and Tuesday off and stream Saturday and Sunday. I'm thinking that because I think we may be due for some more volatility this weekend. And if we are, I want to be available to stream with you guys. I'm just going to be going to the dog park and doing some grocery shopping. But besides that, I should be around the house. Maybe a hike or two, but I should be around the house to stream just in case there is a larger move down or even a larger move up if we're finally able to break out above that 50-day moving average, the 20-day moving average, and the 20-week moving average here, and then officially bounce off of that 20-month moving average as well. Okay, let's see. There you go. Hey chef, yeah, Loki's pretty cute right now. He's always he wants to go outside and use the bathroom, and then he wants some dinner as well. So see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Pacific time. Look for me then, and we'll talk a little bit more. And we'll hopefully we would have held this position, and we will be trying to break out above the 20-day moving average later on today, or frankly waiting into the weekends because we have one day of consolidation above this level, and then Saturday we have the opportunity to kind of have that bouncing effect where we turn into a U and then move up a little bit more. Okay, thanks everybody.